Good day, students. Advocate Bapu Sahib Bhonde High School welcome you all in our digital learning session. Today, in our EVS II period, we are going to continue our lesson number 10, Baji Prabhu and the memorable battle of Ghodkhind. Children, this is our part 3. So, in our previous video, we all learn about how Shivaji escapes from the siege, then how Baji Prabhu and Maulas help Shivaji Maharaj to escape from the siege, when there is everywhere darkness, and how the brave Baji Prabhu, yes, Baji Prabhu Deshpande, how he understood the situation and take care of the Ghodkhind pass. So children, today we are going to continue our next part of this lesson. Baji's defense of the Ghodkhind pass. I will read for you. Pay attention. So Shivaji left for Vishalgarh, leaving Baji Prabhu to defend the pass. Baji made a low bow to the receding figure of Shivaji and then prepared himself for battle. He took a sword in his hand and stood at the entrance of the pass. So children, here you can see in the picture, Shivaji left for Vishalgarh and he left Baji Prabhu to defend the pass, to take care of the pass and stop the enemy. Now we know that Siddhi Johar and his army were coming behind to catch Shivaji. But Baji Prabhu was a brave man, and you can see here in this picture how Baji Prabhu stand at the entrance of the Ghodkhind pass so that he does not allow any soldiers of the enemy to come in. Children, I will read for you. Pay attention. He divided his company of soldiers into small groups and posted them at suitable points. The Maulas took their positions and collected huge boulders and stones to be used as weapons. The Maulas across the pass were now a strong barrier in the path of the enemy. By this time, the enemy had reached the mouth of the pass, and one could hear their war cries. Baji addressed his troops and said, "My brave soldiers and comrades, be prepared. You may die fighting, but do not desert your post. Do not allow the enemy to conquer the pass, no matter what price has to be paid." So Baji Prabhu and his Maulas stood at the mouth of the pass, firm and fearless, awaiting the enemy. The pass was difficult to cross, there being only a narrow and a zigzag passage across it. So Baji Prabhu divided his soldiers into small groups and posted them at the different places. Now the Maulas took position in different places on the pass and they collected huge boulders. Children, boulders means large rocks. So children, you can see here the picture of Ghodkhind pass. and all the Maulas here collect all the stones to be used as weapons, and they were already at the mouth of the pass to face the enemy. They could hear the enemy coming quickly because they could hear their war cries. Children, now Baji Prabhu told his troop, "Do not get scared. Be brave soldiers. Be prepared to fight." He encouraged his soldiers. Now pay attention here. At the other end, Shivaji was speeding towards Vishalgarh. The fort was still some distance away, and it would take Shivaji at least 2 hours to reach it. If Baji Prabhu could hold out for those 2 hours, Shivaji would be safe. So children, now as the enemy came and they were already at the mouth of the Ghodkhind pass to fight the enemy, and Shivaji was speeding towards Vishalgarh. Now the battle of Ghodkhind. Pay attention here. I will read for you. The battle of Ghodkhind. By now the enemy was at the mouth of the pass, where a fierce battle was in progress. The Maulas, who were adept at the use of the sling, harassed the enemy with showers of stones and boulders from the hilltop and killed many of them. The first batch of the attacking troops withdrew in confusion. Another batch took their place. Baji Prabhu urged his troops into the attack. The Maratha war cry, "Har Har Mahadev," echoed through the hills, and the brave Maulas cut down the enemy troops in the fierce and desperate attack. Through the din of battle, they heard their captain shouting encouragement to them. "Bravo, my lads! Go ahead, attack and destroy the enemy." The second batch of the enemy troops was also defeated. So children, here by now the enemy was very close at the mouth of the pass, where a fierce battle was in progress. Both the sides, that is Baji Prabhu's and Siddhijo's, were fighting with one another. The Maulas were very brave and they were very swift in their action. They had all the big rocks and stones, so they were throwing it on the enemy. You can see in this picture, children, the enemy was confused and they withdrew. Now the Maratha war cry, "Har Har Mahadev, Har Har Mahadev," was echoed through the hills, and the brave Maulas could keep away the enemies by attacking them. Now this was a big encouragement for them. Enemy went behind. Now Baji Prabhu told the soldiers, "Bravo, my lads, go ahead, attack and destroy the enemy." So the second batch also went and destroyed the enemy troop. Children, pay attention. Shivaji was by now almost at the foot of Vishalgarh. Vishalgarh was also besieged by the enemy. Shivaji fought through the ranks of the besieging troops and was on the last lap of his ride to safety. So children, here now Vishalgarh was also besieged by the enemy. Shivaji had to fight with them and he reached there safely. Now again I will read for you Baji the Brave. In the meantime, the battle at the pass continued unabated. Enraged at the defeat of his first two attacks, Siddhi Masud organized and dispatched a third batch of troops against Baji Prabhu and his brave men. They surrounded Baji Prabhu, who fought with great courage. Though wounded and attacked from all sides with his body covered with blood, Baji would not withdraw from the pass but continued the fight. At the same time, he urged his Mawlas to attack the enemy. Disheartened by the fearful attack, the enemy again withdrew, but Baji was fatally wounded. He was hanging on to life just to hear the sound of gunfire from Vishalgarh. Now, here, Siddhi Johor's troops were there under the leadership of Siddhi Masud, and Baji Prabhu was with his army, means that is the Mawlas, fighting back with great courage. And Baji Prabhu continued to fight, though he was wounded, though he was attacked by the enemy, but he was not disheartened. He was not at all fearful. He went on fighting and he was just waiting to hear the sound of gunfire from Vishalgarh. Children, Ghodkhind becomes Pawan Khind. Listen carefully, I will read for you. And then the sound of gunfire was heard from Vishalgarh. Maharaj has reached Vishalgarh. I have done my duty. Now I can die in peace. So saying, Baji breathed his last on this historic battlefield. When Shivaji heard this news on Vishalgarh, he was greatly grieved. He exclaimed, Baji Prabhu Deshpande laid down his life on the battlefield in the cause of Swaraj. The Bandals gave a great battle. It was because of brave patriots like Baji Prabhu that Swaraj was won. Their blood made the Ghodkhind a place holy in Swaraj. Ghodkhind became immortal in history as Pawan Khind. We pay our repeated homage to the brave Baji Prabhu and his brave men. Now, as the sound of the gunfire from Vishalgarh, Baji Prabhu understood that his Maharaj, Shivaji, had reached Vishalgarh. He felt in his mind, I have done my duty and now I can die in peace. So Baji Prabhu breathed his last, and this was his last battle, a historic battle for Swaraj. Shivaji reached Vishalgarh and he came to know about the news of Baji Prabhu Deshpande's death. Shivaji grieved on knowing this, and he said that though the battle has been won, because Baji Prabhu displayed great bravery, but the loss of Baji Prabhu was very much saddening. It was because of the brave deeds of patriotic man like Baji Prabhu that Swaraj was won. So children, Ghodkhind became immortal in history as Pawan Khind. So children, I hope you all understood this lesson. So please subscribe our channel to get more videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.